How's everyone? It's Cam here from the Gang, and welcome to Us Lovely Corpses, which is a game, a visual novel type thing, I think. Author's note number 1. This game contains mature and intense themes and is not recommended for players under 16 or those who are easily disturbed. Well, I am right above that, so I'm gonna play this. An in-depth list of content warnings is available. I'm gonna show it for viewers who are out there. This. You see this right here. All of this. Yeah. It contains themes of animal death, body horror, blood, homophobia, self-harm, suicide, self-hatred, and violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Author's note number 2. The monster knows you are here. It will do its best to make you leave. As such, the game will occasionally do startling and unexpected things. Are you prepared? Yes. I'm ready. Put me in. I'm ready to go. As far as anyone can tell, the Flores family had not committed any mortal sin. No fairly complained of improper etiquette. No witch reported anything missing from the garden. I'm gonna put auto on. No one had been insulted, injured, or otherwise aggrieved. But that didn't stop a monster from showing up for their daughter one day. It was quiet, painless, and swift. The monster left nothing but a mark on the girl and a promise to hang over her head. Okay then. The auto is really slow. I will return for you one day, little miss. There's the rose. I will not take your life, nor will I harm your body. Oh, is she a baby? Well, that's a hand. But I will never leave you. Okay then. It's one of those startling moments. Nope. Dang, I got here just in time. It's really starting to come down hard. As I do my best to outrun the splatter of raindrops on the pavement, the familiar shock of pink walls emerges from behind the treetops. It feels a bit like being greeted by a friend. The Flores house is an old money house. I mean, it's clearly a money house, at least. Anyone could puzzle out that place this size has to come with a serious price tag. It's really classy, too, with a porch and pillars and everything. Victorian, I think. Gothic revival? Yeah, I should not be cracking my knuckles next to the mic. Look, I'm a witch, not a real estate agent. My point is, it's a really nice house. Even with all the creepy death vines and the monster in the attic. Well, let's clock in. Knock, knock, knock. The Flores family always has at least 2 housekeepers employed, but they've got a bad record vis-a-vis keeping them around for so long. As such, it's not a surprise to see an unfamiliar face open the door. Oh, thank God. You're the DeRosa girl, right? The assistant? They told me about you. Where's the witch? Well, you're looking at her. The witch that I work with, she's my grandma, and she's preoccupied with other businesses today. This is my first solo job. The housekeeper's eye casually twitches. You're the witch. How old are you? 18, 19? Is that a problem? No, not at all. It's completely fine. Why on earth should I be worried? Just because I woke up to a real-life horror movie this morning. Just because half the house has been taken over by those horrible things. Just because I've been working in this house for a week and out of nowhere a little monster appeared and abducted my employee's daughter and God knows what's happened to her and God knows what'll happen to me. But no, it's fine. Why not send a child to help us? A child on her first solo job. Sure, why not? Who wouldn't want to break the streak we've got going on today? After all, I hit my mic. Just love suddenly being shunted to nightmare worlds where logic is gone and murderous vines have replaced it. I love hearing my superior respond to a rose whispered to me about dead animals with, oh, that's normal. I swear to whatever god might still be up there. If one more thing happens, I blah blah blah. Betty. Andrea puts a hand on the woman's shoulder, and within an instant she's quiet and pale. Take a deep breath. Calm down there. A monster, a literal monster. I thought everyone was being sarcastic. I know, hon. Why don't you go sit down for a while? This was supposed to be extra money for the boat. Petty staggers like a fawn over to a nearby chair. After a moment, she drops into it bonelessly. I hear a faint noise like the boat drift down the hall. Hey, sorry about, all of that. Hey, don't sweat it. I love being casually insulted to my face. I love when people don't take me seriously because of my age. It's super great. Be nice. She's a newbie. So all that talk about the Flores monster was just a joke, huh? She's not the first. Andrea is the one housekeeper who stuck around the Flores family the longest, so all of this is old hat to her. She's probably more annoyed by Betty's theatrics than the monster kidnapping her ward, but she's also too soft-hearted to tell the other woman to get a grip. Guess in a way we're co-workers. More than anything, we're friends. So, how have you been? Oh, you know, same as usual. Exhausted. Aren't we all? So what, we're looking at a typical case? Vines have taken over the attic and second floor completely. The most affected areas were all the usual ones. Office, bathroom, reading room, her bedroom too. The Mr. and Mrs.? Gone since Monday. They're on a trip to South Padre. We haven't actually told them yet. And Marisol and you-know-who, they're in the usual place? Yeah. Righto. Well, if that's everything, I think I'll get to work. No point in putting it off any longer. You're sure you'll be okay on your own? Andrea, remember what I said literally 2 minutes ago about people not taking me seriously? Crap. I didn't mean to go backwards. Alex, it's not about your age. It'll be your first time doing this alone. And you know how roses can get. You know how the monster can get. It's a little nerve-wracking. But Marisol's my friend. And who's going to help her if it's not me? I mean, there are other witches in the area. No. I want to do this. For every princess captured by a ferocious beast, there's gotta be a dashing knight, you know? Dashing knight. What happened to being a witch? Apparently in this world, witches are good. I'm a woman of many talents. Ah! It's under the door. It's a rose. We follow her pointer finger to the far end of the hall, at the door that leads to the staircase. This hallway is the unofficial safe zone of the house. The roses never come in here, at least me and Layla have always arrived before they started invading, but now it slinks and twitches its way across the floor. The petals begin to fan out. Do something! Stay back. With a quick flip of latches, I open my briefcase. Layla's trimmers fit comfortably in the palm of my hand. Alright, let's... And abruptly, it's face to face with me. And the rose, as roses tend to do, opens its mouth. Weird kind of music for this. Another day, another corpse waiting to happen. You've come here so many times, swaggering in the face of death. Should one applaud your bravado, or your brainlessness? For your information, but now you walk in here alone. A girl turned to a young lady before all her eyes. Surely you'll know it'll only get harder from here on out. This is your warning. You should leave this place and never look back. No! I mean, I'm not leaving until I help Marisol, and I'm not until I get rid of you. Very well then. What, that's it? You don't want to do more of this? I thought you loved your formula. Why do you suddenly want to skip all the foreplay? Alex. I pause. What? Why is she talking through the rose? Did it eat her? No, it's letting her talk. It does this all the time. Marisol, listen, just hang tight. I'm gonna be heading up pretty soon. Alejandra, just listen to me. Do not come up here. Tell Andrea that she and the other one are fired. I want you all to get out of this house right now and never come back. Why do I feel like that's the ploy for the rose? Mary, I don't know why it's making you say this, but It's not making me say anything, Alex. I'm telling you, of my own free will to go. I still call bull. Marisol, you know I have to... No, you don't. I'm telling you. I'm giving your permission to leave. Do you really think I'm just going to let you die? The hall is silent. Marisol, you know what'll happen if it stays too long. Leaving you like that is just as good as killing you. The petals of the rose gently retract and expand. It almost looks like a beating heart. Fine by me. Snick. It takes barely a flick of my wrist to drop the tendril on the floor. The rose's teeth are still now, hidden under its petals. I lift it up gently and place it in my briefcase. The rest of the vine is already dissolving into ash. The door opens without resistance. In the living room, the kitchen, I see a couple of wayward vines that have started to creep in, but none with roses. They'll dissolve on their own once the monster leaves. I have bigger problems to worry about upstairs. Holler if you need anything. For God's sake, be careful. The stairs creak familiarly under my feet. You should have listened to her. The voice is familiar too. It never stops being unnerving, hearing it come out of multiple throats. What is it about you and the word no, little witch? You realize you don't have your grandmother's shadow to hide in anymore, don't you? That was probably the one kindness that girl has ever given you, and you threw it away. You think that's the only time Marisol's been nice to me? For a guy who's been bugging a girl her entire life, you don't know a damn thing about her. Its voice goes silent a moment. You'd probably think that sassing it would just be asking for trouble, but believe it or not, it helps. There won't be anything standing between us when you come to the attic. My thorns will open your pretty skin and leave you nothing but a heap of twitching flesh. You'll feel the agony of 1,000 deaths before you even die. Cool. Hey, hold still for a second. I'm gonna rip your head off. I clip roses as I ascend the staircase, catching each one and depositing them into my briefcase. But the last one makes me pause at the top of the staircase. What's this you got in your teeth? It's a page of notebook paper, wrinkled and crisp from age and numerous foldings. It's familiar. It's real! Pink affection, dark pink gratitude, blue an impossible dream, yellow friendship jealousy, too many is dangerous, red passion is out, anger, black death, lavender, that's spelled wrong, love at first sight, white, danger, never listen. Is that supposed to be the rose colors? I just realized. I think I get it. Oh jeez, where'd you find this? My nervous handwriting, a ghost of a hand scribbling in a frantic attempt to keep up with my grandmother's instructions, my frankly embarrassing attempt at spelling lavender. I'm not even sure that's how you spell lavender. Isn't it Lavendar? Never mind, you're good. I was wrong. My bad. When I was 13, I thought confronting Marisol's monster would be my greatest accomplishment as a witch. Jesus, how long has Marisol been in there? I wasn't actually sure we'd make it back alive, despite Layla's constant reassurances. I wonder what my younger self would think of me now, having climbed these stairs more times than I can count. My greatest accomplishment, now a regular house visit. You don't have that woman with you anymore. It would be sporting if I didn't allow you extra help. Awesome, thanks. I snipped the rose with a little more force than necessary. So the attic, huh? The attic has a pull-down staircase. It's currently covered with vines, but those are actually the least of my worries right now. Hatch has locks. 3 to be precise, and they all look pretty secure. Hey Bucko, where are the keys? It doesn't reply. In 6 years of doing this, it has never once given us the keys when we ask. Somehow it's just become routine, and routine has historically been pretty comforting. But the routine typically follows with the monster explaining where the keys are, a grandiose villain's speech, as if we haven't heard that 1,000 times. Today it's silent, not even an evil chuckle. You're different today. For a monster, you're seriously losing your bite. It says nothing. Layla always said that if there's one thing monsters love, it's their formula. That's why you always come back and hide in the attic with Marisol. Why we always go through the same lines. Dastardly fiend, let that poor girl go. Ha ha ha. As if I would. You witches are so pathetic. I'll toy you with some more. Let's play a little game. You can find the 3 keys hidden somewhere on this floor. Something, something, time limit, clues, whatever. But now all of a sudden you're too bored to go through with it? Honestly, what's the point of going to save a beautiful princess if we don't get to be a little dramatic about it? You can't save her. Fine, whatever. I need to clean up the roses in the other rooms anyway. I'll play your little doofy game. Like always, do some gardening. Like always, I'll be back with the keys before you can say Citizen Kane. Witch. Its voices come behind the attic door. I'll warn you one more time. This is your final chance to turn back. I shrug and start towards the reading room. Follow the vines in the scent of roses. It's a nice smell, but it has a tendency to become cloying through more time passes. Layla used to get headaches sometimes, but weirdly enough, I seem to be able to endure it better than her. My first stop is the reading room. Andrea said it was one of the most affected places, and sure enough, I see quite a bit of roses. Let's see, roses first, then we'll get to looking for those keys. It'd be nice to have a reading room. I think I always kind of envied Marisol for it, even though I usually only ever see it when it's being choked with vines. I gently run my finger down one as I look around the room. It's warm to the touch. Alright, who's up first? There's a tall bookcase packed to the brim with, your lusciousness, it's just so great. With books of all kinds. From the topmost shelf sprouts a single red rose. Listen first. A pigeon crushed paper thin on the road, wings somehow spared, still spread, straining slack dead tendons. They reach for the sun, a pop-up book from hell. Looking at roadkill is like getting a fishhook pushed into my heart. Sad in a way I can't put into words. Snip, 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 I cut it loose. On the shelf right below it, the books are slightly askew, as if one of their numbers is missing. From a gap sprouts a single lavender rose. What was it about the lavender one? I can't remember. I'm just gonna prune it. Cut it loose. Comfortable armchair, begging someone to curl it up. From the seat sprouts a single yellow rose. Listen. She loves reading. She still loves reading. The beautiful words, the beautiful worlds. It would make her forget for just a little while the curse that hung over her head like a sword. You read so much, said the little witch. Why don't you tell me about the stuff you read? She shook her head, her clumsy tongue, faulting, failing, tripping over syllables and second thoughts. It would be mockery to the lovingly crafted books. Well then, how am I supposed to know why you like them so much? Because they make me forget how much I can't do. They make me forget the person I am in this world. That's so silly, the little witch doubled over in laughter. You could do anything as long as you work hard and believe in yourself. It's hard for me too, but I just had to give it a try. I'm sure you can go to school and be happy and be normal if you tried a little harder. Because that's easy. Because she never ever had once thought of that before. Because if it's so easy for you, I can do it too, even though you're so much better than me and everyone except you can see it. In that moment she wished she had never met the little witch. Cut it loose after a long time. There's a stack of books on the floor by the armchair's feet. They seem to be from a series about animals aimed towards younger readers. Topmost single blue one. What did blue mean? Can't remember. Okay, I'm gonna leave this video here. I didn't expect this game to be this long, but it is, so whatever. How do I save this? I just save? There we go. Save here. And I'm just gonna return here. There we go. So anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy Explore, please sub that more. If you first video me, don't waste a chance to subscribe joining in today. Like up for more gaming play from that. Have an amazing day. Goodbye and see you later. I had a voice crack in that. Like a pro. A pro.